Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us this edition of Leak Project. I'm your host, Rex Bear, and tonight we have an exclusive interview for you with Boris Gonzalez Starseed. He has been a contactee for how long now?
Since May, I started to work with my IT family. May last year, 2015.
Okay. And you reached out to us here at the Leak Project a few weeks ago. We've been, back and forth messages, and you've shown me some pictures and video footage. And for those that have the opportunity to listen to this podcast, I would strongly recommend going to Boris Gonzalez Starseed. If you type that in YouTube, his channel is going to come up. And also on Facebook, he's Boris Gonzalez on Facebook, and you're out there in Bronx, New York, correct?
Yes.
So, Boris, you said before the show that you felt that this was important to get out to the people, and you've had some problems with Facebook, someone hacked into it and stuff like that. So if you would just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll jump into the disclosure.
Since I was little, I always had age for ET. I always like a movie that has that content. I always had this age for to know what is going on with this planet, because I thought there was something wrong. It wasn't like everybody was doing stuff that to me wasn't no normal, because I always thought that I wasn't belong to this planet.
So you've always felt like you're different compared to most people that you're around.
Exactly. So I always thought there was something wrong with the religion, the way people behave, and the way that we have government and stuff like that. Because I always thought, we live in a big planet. Why there's poor people? Why there's rich people? Stuff like that. But I thought everybody was thinking the same. But I always like to go outside late at night and watch the sky. And I used to see a lot of little stars flying by, and because people they say, "Oh, that's shooting star," I thought it was the same thing, but this star never went away. They always keep flying around, look like a regular star but moving around. So I never thought it was like a spaceship or a craft. I thought it was star moving, because when you come here to this planet, as soon as you get into the body, you totally forget who you were and why you're here. So I have a lot of confusion in my life when I was little, until I was 7 years old. So I used to go out at night. My mother used to scream at me because she said, "Why you always come out at night?" Because I always thought that there was something interesting about the sky, and I always had something inside of me that tell me, "Oh, I belong from the start." But like a little kids, we always want to be heroes. We always want to be ETs and stuff like that, because that's what you used to watch in the cartoon. So then I thought maybe I imaginary a lot of stuff. So let me keep it real and adapt more to the people, because I always have my mind more on the sky than here on the ground on Earth. So after a little while, I started watch a lot of movies about ET and stuff like that. I always like movie about ET. And one day when I hit 20 years old, I said, "Oh, it would have been nice if there's real ETs," because I think the ET will solve all the problems that we have here on Earth. And the thing is, they was trying to send me a message, but I couldn't get it. So by the age of 33, I have a dream where Mother Gaia contact me and tell me that if we continue treating the earth the way we're doing it, she's gonna make earthquakes, and she's gonna get rid of humanity. If that's what we want, so we keep doing the same thing that we were doing. But if we want to change that we need to communicate more with Earth and express the word that we need. The Earth is the mother, that she's an entity, that she has life, and we all need to know that, so that we can communicate with her and act like one, and we're not doing that. So That was at the age of 33. That was on 2009 when that happened. So, and I said, how I can help in the dream, and she said, oh, the way you can help is spreading the word, communicate with people, tell what you hear in this dream, and tell them what I'm telling you now. That I'm the mother, and as a mother, I ask you to be act like a family, act like a one, and protect the animals, protect the nature, and protect me, and protect yourself. So, and I say, how I gonna do something like that? I'm a shy person, and I used to talk to people like that. She said, don't worry. In the future, you're gonna meet people. They're gonna be like you, and you're gonna start to work together to accomplish what I'm telling you. That's how everything began. So I started to get information. I started to get contact with people that was contacted with the Pleiadians and stuff like that. Then later on, I found out that was one of the Pleiadian star seed that came here to help the planet. But then I started to meet more races coming to my computer and talk to me, and they say, Boris, we talking to you. Please don't share this information with nobody because it has to be secret for your own protection and stuff like that. And they used to talk to me, and they say that they're gonna be meeting people, and I'm gonna start to work together with other people that they work in different places and do different things to help to free this planet, because this planet was a prison. It's not a prison no more. So and to help them, that I need to stay quiet for a little bit, but share all the information that I get in Facebook that my related star seed was sharing, so people can wake up. And that's how we did the fair approach. So, and they told me, and later on I find out that there was a first wave and a second wave, and I was part of the second wave.
How do they make contact with you?
Oh, they make contact telepathically on through dreams.
Do they do it when you're awake telepathically?
Yes, all the time. Now it's all the time. So they talk to me all the time, but only when they need to. When they need to pass a message, they do it like that. But I'm not working only with the Pleiadian right now. I'm working with the collective ET races.
Tell us a little bit about what it's like when they contact you telepathically.
Oh, when they talk to you telepathically, it's like imagine like this. There's a million or a billion people talking, but they don't talk at the same time. It's like they do turns. When one race needs to say something, they just say there's a representative that what you call the leader, and he come and talk to me and say something, and the other person need to say something. They just jump in and say something, but they do it in order. They don't jump. There's not a lot of voices at once. It's one, like one voice every how you say
At a
they do
time?
it one at a time, exactly.
Now, when they first talk to you, is it
Yeah.
like a voice of somebody that you are talking to me? Is it just like a regular conversation?
Yes, just like that. It sound, but it don't sounds like it coming from outside. It sounds like it's on your head, and you see pictures. Sometimes they do it more like with pictures, but the pictures it have a meaning, but it has a voice. Sometimes you see picture, and that picture has it's like I have a conversation of its own, and you know what it is.
And have you ever asked for proof that it's not just something that's,
Yes.
I'm going to use the term in your head?
Yes, and that's how when they first started to talk to me because they've been talking to me a lot of time, but I needed some proof, like you say. So on May, because they said, "Buddy, be prepared because we're gonna start working with you." And I say, "What? So what kind of work we gonna do together?" They say, "You're gonna be a bridge between us and humans." So, and I say, what kind of work I'm gonna do? They say, oh, you're gonna start to record the craft. And I say, so you want me to record the ships? Yeah, they say yes. and we want you to because now you're ready, and we want you to take pictures. So, and I say, oh, what are that for? And they say, because in the future you're gonna be doing programs where you're gonna come out on radio and you're gonna come out on TV, and they don't gonna believe what you're saying. But when they see the proof that you, all the picture and all the video you have, so they're gonna start to believe in you, and they will know that you mean business, because that you have something to prove what you're saying.
Okay, and what other, you said other alien or extraterrestrial races have made contact with you. Have they expressed exactly where they're from and what their intentions are?
They have a intention, because all the ETs that surround the Earth right now, they are good ETs. The bad ETs, they hiding, and we already know where they are, because we have constantly communication with Mother Earth. So she provide information where they hiding, and most of the bad guys we already know, because they come out on TV all the time.
Give us some examples.
It's political. It's some people like in the White House and stuff like that, and people that I can't say the name right now, but people know because they see video about reptilian and shapeshifter. So I don't want to say no names. So, but people know who they are. So they come out on TV, and those who they are hiding. So we know where they are, because the Earth's telling the good ETs where are they hiding. So they're not really hiding. So they're hiding to themselves, but to the good ETs we know where they are.
The thing is about the Pleiadians, I've heard a lot of information about there being Pleiadians that are actually doing contact via telepathy, but not a whole lot of physical contact. Have they made any physical contact with you?
They almost all the races they do physical contact with me, but what they say is, buddy, because it's not safe yet until the planet get free. We're not supposed to tell you what when we take you to the ships, stuff like that. We don't allow you to remember the whole thing, because we don't want you to get in trouble. So the best way to keep a secret from you is not for you to remember when we take you inside the craft.
What memories do you have inside the craft?
Well, basically, it's because if I say it's like a sound when you see like a craft on TV, like when you see it on the movie. But this craft that when you like, for example, let me give you this one, because I can say anything that look like a Star Trek it look like that. But let me give you something different. When you get into what you call a plasma aircraft, it could be small from inside, but when you get inside of the craft, it's huge. It looks small when you see it from outside, but when you get inside, it's like everything gets big. It's like, and you're in another dimension. So, like
That reminds me of the phone booth in Doctor Who when he gets in there and it's this gigantic ship, basically.
Exactly. So that's how it is. That's why when you see sometimes when I take photos of the craft, especially the one that they are plasma energy, sometimes you see like an energy, but then you can see it metallically, because they can transform the craft from plasma to metallic, and they look silver. So, and you can see in some of the video when they do the transfer. First they look like a silver sphere, and then change to what you call energy sphere. Then you can see it transform to plasma. So they can do all of that. So, but it depends what kind of craft of races is we talking about.
Do you have any physical markings of, contact, any microchip implants or anything like that?
To be honest with you, I had arthritis on my right hand, and where I feel the pain is where they implant the chip. I was curious to know, maybe I have a chip on my right hand between my tongue. So I always curious about that. And when I say one day I went to the doctor, and I tell them that I have I couldn't sleep because of my arthritis, and so they sent me to take therapy. And when I went, they say, "Oh, we can take, oh, because I need to take an X-ray to see what was wrong with my right arm." So they didn't want to do it, so they kept me suspicious. But to be honest, maybe one day when I check it, I found out I had something. I would say, "Oh, I always thought that I had something on my right arm." But that's not how they communicate with me or they locate me. The good guys, the bad guys use the that they use the good guy, they don't use that. The good guy use your vibration. They know where you are because you have a unique vibration, and because I allow my family to use my body so they can feel, and they know because they don't have human emotions. So for them to understand what is going on with humans, so I allowed them to use my body before I came here. It was an agreement before I came here. So they're going to use my body to see and to understand through my thoughts, through my vision, and to my hearing how human act and how human feel. And that's how we work together too.
So you're basically a conduit for them to...
Exactly.
Okay. Does that ever bother you?
No, because it's not, they invaded my privacy because it was an agreement that we made before I came to this planet. And because what happened is this, that for them to understand, because they're not humans, they could have human body or they could look human, but they're not human from Earth. So every planet have their own vibration and their own reality and their own time. So that's why when they give time, sometimes the time doesn't match up with the human time, because every planet creates their own vibration, their own frequency, and their own reality. So for them to understand how we see time, how we feel, how to understand what is suffering, and when we get happy and stuff like that, they need to have somebody that has those feel and been translated on like vibrationally to like a computer that tells them, and they can feel and they can connect to like that computer, and they can feel the emotion and everything, so they can interact, meaning they can connect with humans, so they can understand how humans feel about every emotion that they have here and how they feel about ET, because they don't understand so a lot of stuff that we do. Every race here in Earth have different slang, even in the same country, so they don't understand all of that. There's a lot of emotion and a lot of things going on only in one planet.
Now, you said a year ago they basically, that's when things really went into overdrive.
Yeah, man.
Tell us about that.
Okay. One day I received a message telepathically that Boris, take your phone, have your phone ready, and try to buy you a camera, so that when we come here in front of your building, your friend, your boss, and people that don't believe that you talk to ETs, they see us with their own eyes. And I say, you sure of this? And they say, don't worry, we're gonna show up. So one day I was sitting down on May outside of my job, the barber shop, and I saw two spheres moving around, and I said, oh wow, don't tell me this is my people. And they was moving around, so the boss of the job came and he said, what you looking at? I said, I'm looking at my friends and family. He said, and he was laughing because nobody believed me that I talked to ETs. And he said, oh yeah, it look like a two sphere, but it could be a balloon. I said, look, it's very clear, and they stay in the same place, and you see the one guy doing circle around the other one. That's not regular. Those are my people. he started laughing. And then I had conference, and I say, I'm gonna buy me a camera. I'm gonna start to record them because they tell me right now they're gonna keep coming up and they're gonna keep showing up in front of the building because they want people to see. And I said it right there, right at the moment. They want people, they want people to see them, and they want me to record them, take picture, and then pointing them on the sky. And they want to take the building as a reference. That when they always gonna keep showing around the same building, so the people gonna see I'm not lying. They coming because I say so. So he started laughing. I went, bought me a camera, and then started to show up like they say. So I started to record and take pictures. So people started to come out and see the UFOs, and people started to believe because people were seeing it every and I say it's gonna be every sunny day like around 5 and 7, and that's exactly how they did it, was around 5 and 7. So then people on Facebook contact me and they say, oh, I see you have photo and stuff about UFO, how they connect with you. I say they always come in the daytime. And they say they don't show up in the nighttime. So I say, no, but I'm going to ask them if they can show up in the nighttime. So I asked them, and then they show up like around 8 o'clock at night and 8:20. So one of the person that know me in Facebook, her name is Haiti, say, oh, I want to go. They showing up now at night. I said, yes, like around 8 or 8 or 8:20. She said, oh, can I go over there and watch it when they pass by? I said, no, I can go where you live at. Where you live at? She said, I live in Manhattan. So I went to Manhattan, and around like 8:15 or 8:05 or something like that, they show up, and she saw it, and they passed like 5 times, but they look like a little star. So when they want you to see them closer, or they want to say hello, or they want to play with you, they come like they act like they're coming down, and they make a bright light like a light bulb, and they make themselves visible and more closer. So they go like up again, and sometimes they disappear right there. So she saw that, and she knew that I really have a contact with UFOs. But that's how they talk to me telepathically. And when I dream and when I'm sleeping, I go and meet them. But I'm not allowed to remember the whole thing. Only when they give me certain information that I gotta pass on. Then is when I remember what they told me.
You know, and it looks like for a while there, you were putting out videos every single day. I mean, I'm looking at a whole bunch from like the past 3 weeks, and that's fantastic. Keep it up, man. Definitely keep this going on. This is a big part of the disclosure movement. And I can certainly see a UFO. And when I say UFO, I mean, it's definitely an unidentified flying object, in my opinion. And for you, it's not. You know what it is. You're saying, hey, this is our space brothers and sisters, and this is what it's like when they make contact with you. Now, you know, it could be swamp gas. From Venus, you know, it's swamp gas from Venus, and it's reflecting off of somebody's Uranus. So no, I'm just kidding, man. It's really cool. I mean, that video is, and there's certain moments where like there's clusters. What would be nice if you could do this, Boris, and it would certainly add credibility to the videos and make it easier for people to watch, is if you could set up like a tripod. Because the way that you've got the video, it looks like you've got it set up on slow motion too. Is that correct?
Yeah. The reason that I did that, because the way they do it is like they 40 to 50 feet high, and they go like backwards to like, imagine you have the building in front of you, but they in top of the building, so they move back like they're going back behind the building. That's how they do it, because they want me just. When they want me to record them, that's how they do it. And sometimes they only say hi, so I don't record them. Most of the time they're always there and they say hi and they just vanish. But when they want me to record it, they just go and move it like for 2 to 3 minutes. They know I'm watching, they know I'm recording because they coming from the future. They already know when I'm gonna show up and being there. So they move like they're moving behind the building. Sometimes they go on the side of the building but still moving back, so they move behind the building. So after they move behind the building, I can recall them, so you can see that in some of the recording. uh and they do that because they want to do it gradually so people accept it, because they tell me that we're gonna do 3 stages. That's what I'm here for, to talk about the 3 stages. And the first stage is me record them and show it to the people and take pictures. Yeah, I have picture on my face and my YouTube that you see the people on the barbershop looking at the UFO. So I have witnesses. So they told me all of that before all the stuff, all the things happen. They told me all of that. They told me you're gonna take pictures. People gonna be looking on at us. They're gonna be looking at us, and you're gonna have witness. When people try to question you, they don't gonna question you because you already have the proof. So send the proof first, so they know that you mean what you're saying. So the first stage was me taking picture of 40 and 50 feet high, 50,000, sorry, 50,000 feet and 40 feet, 40 feet, 40,000 feet high, and show it to the people and pointing the, when the people are looking at them, to pointing the craft. So I started to doing it like that, saying, so every stage had different steps. So in one of the steps, then they started to come out more because people started to say it was a balloon. So now they brought more craft, and they was going around each other, and they was making formation, so people know it wasn't no balloon. So people was getting excited, so they want to know how people was getting excited, so they keep doing the same thing. Later on, they're starting to show fleets on top of my on my job, and in front of my in front of the in the building in front. So they was always passing by, showing different crafts, different fleets, passing all the time. And that's what I was doing in the first stage. They tell me the second stage is gonna be, we're moving now to the second stage. They're gonna come out closer, and in the middle of the second stage, which have different steps, and we're gonna start to do, maybe in the middle of spring, we're gonna start with the second stage. So they're gonna come out lower, and they're gonna come out lower, and they're gonna talk to me in audio and stuff like that to recall them. And eventually, maybe by the end of the second stage, they're gonna come out on photos. So I'm gonna be doing that. So in the stage, they are gonna be taking pictures and videos next to the craft and next to them. But by the second stage, when the second stage finish, because the plan is gonna be clean and all the bad guys gonna be arrested, it's gonna be safe for me to show those audio, to show those pictures, and the picture of the craft and the picture of the different entities. So it's gonna be safe for me. It's not safe for me if I doing it now, because as soon as I doing it, I'm gonna get arrested and they're gonna treat me like I'm crazy and all of that.
So I'm looking at these videos while we're talking, and
Yes.
wow, I am just, this is some cool stuff, Boris. I'm pretty impressed. I got to tell you, it takes a lot to get me excited. So
You asked Ray. I'm working with Ray. You got what you wish for.
wait a second. That's right. I did ask Ray, didn't I? For
Yeah, yeah, that's my big brother. We are
okay,
related. We come from the elephant family.
really?
Yeah, that's why I'm a commander. That's why they show all the fleets. Now that you see in the video, you can believe what I'm saying. That's why I always say, why they show so many. In one of the videos, I say, I think I have a parking lot, because there's a lot of crap always parking in front of my job. It's because I'm a commander. Because there's something I'm going to tell you, maybe for the first time, that nobody says before. Most of the ET that come to you, to everybody, is yourself, and different reality, different dimension, and different what you call futures or past time, because everything lives simultaneously at the same time.
The different races and species and entities and deities from around the galaxies and universe, there's a soul connection to all of them, you're saying, and different archetypes at different levels of
Yes.
existence.
Yes, that's they you. That why you think they connect when, like in my case, they connect with me like that, so close. So they worry about what I think, and they always worry about to back me up. And the same thing with my friend Rosa Gonzalez. She's a contactee too, and they keep showing up because it's yourself coming for what you call future, seeing yourself in what you do in the past. So nobody, it was a secret that nobody said because it wasn't the right time to say. But that's to let you know how multidimensional you are.
Well, but there's not always the circumstance if you're making contact with an extraterrestrial that that's you in the future, is it?
No, no, none of the cases. But most of the cases, when they very close connect to you and they talk to you, they coming from a high dimension or different galaxy or dimension. Most of the time, it's yourself coming to see yourself, because what you call higher self is yourself in the future. That's what your higher self is, and what you call future.
Okay.
So that's why they're making a lot of movies that make you understand that. If you see Flash, the new season, it called the Second Earth. You're gonna understand what I'm talking about.
Flash 2.0, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you see, because now they're saying what I'm telling you right now. So if you see the movie in series, I think it was the part 3, you can see what I'm telling you, how it works. So you did a different dimension, but because your consciousness is now open and you don't have access to yourself, that's what prevents you from have contact with you, what you call ET self. You
Okay.
understand what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. I understand what you're saying. There was a movie that came out just a couple years ago by the Wachovia brothers, and now they're the Wachovia sisters. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, or I've got a good concept of that. Now, so that makes me wonder because I've talked to people that have specific bloodlines and have been abducted and when I say abducted, like, it's not always something that they want to do. They don't even like to talk about some of their experiences where they basically feel like every time it happens, something is taken from them, and they're more of like the little gray type extraterrestrials and such. Now, I wouldn't think that would be them in the future, is it?
No, this is what happened. Before you come here from high dimension, you made an agreement that everything that's gonna happen to you. All the timeline they already made. Before you think, it's already exist. So you make agreement with those ET, but you don't remember you make those agreements. When people think, because they think from a point of view of human, they think they've been taken away without their permission. When it's not like that, because we all creation. So we know everything, but we not remember it. So because we not remember it, we don't remember those agreements. Let me tell you about something. Maybe you understand where I'm coming from. Do you know bad guys is the one who create heroes?
Yes, absolutely. The polarity. Yep.
Exactly. So because Earth was asking for help, and she was asking for help for different star seeds, but she want to wake up the masses, which is like, imagine we all humans as like little cells inside planet Earth. So she need to change her vibration. So she been dealing with this kind of bad vibration for like 12,000 years, and nobody wake up. So what happened? They create people like bad people. I don't want to say no names. So that it was so bad in the eye of everybody, but they were the right person to do the job, to push you to do what you need to do and wake up. There's no bad guy, there's no good guy. We all one.
So, what would you say then to the people that have to go through so much pain and suffering throughout their lives, and they would be here saying, I certainly didn't pick this. I don't want to go through this. Do you feel that everybody has the same opportunity, or some people are kind of, they're getting the bad end of the bargain?
This is what happened. When you don't connect with your inner self, you forget totally who you are. When you meditate, meaning you're talking to your inner self, you get answered, and you're gonna find out that everything that happened in your life, it was a teaching for you to understand something that you asked before. So when you understand that, you're not. When you blame the outside and you don't understand that those are lesson that we need to learn, and you always blame on somebody else, you never learn. You ground yourself. But when you learn to forgive and to understand that everything happened for a reason, and nobody in the whole universe have control over you, then you understand that because nobody have power over you, everything happened because you allow it. You are sometimes allow it because before you came here, and you allow it now, but you're not meditating, you're not asking yourself why it's happening to me. And then when you ask those questions, you're gonna receive answers. They're gonna come messengers. They're gonna tell you, oh, this and that, and you're gonna connect that, and you're gonna say, oh, that's confirmation of what I was thinking. Because when you're connecting with your inner self, you understand that everything that happened here because we choose it. It's like when let's make this sample. Imagine this like Archons by vibration, by energy in this planet. Imagine that before we came here.
What do you know about the Archons? Real quick, if we could, before we go to the next step, because not everybody has heard of the Archons.
What I try to say, people say it's by energy. Well, but people don't understand that we have negative and positive and neutral energy, because that's an atom. So because we have that, what happens is that every time we do something bad, those things come like leeches, and they approach us, and because we see it in the picture, we say it's them forcing us to do that. No, we have that. We are good and we are bad. We good, we evil. It's what we choose, because that when we use our free will. So what happens is some entities, which is like us, like humans, like the reptilian, the draconian, they come in the picture and they create bad energy, and what they do make people kill each other and create bad energy. So when they create bad energy, they ground ourselves in this reality, and they ground the earth. That's why they dirty all the waters, and they create all these killings, all this animal killing, because they're creating like dark macabre, and they grounded the earth because they don't want the earth to move to the next level, which is 4D or 5D. So they create all these things because they can't have control, because when we move to a high dimension, they can have power over us, because we can see, our third eye, and we can see what is going on. So that's why they create fear when we watch movie, because they're programming us to create fear, so that we think we are powerless when we are power, because we are the creation. So nothing can happen if we don't allow it. Or either we allow it here, or we allow it before we came here. But nothing can happen without our permission. They make a belief is because there's a guy in that guy dictate us what we're gonna do, or things like that. It's not like that. We all creation. That's why when we dream, we see everybody in our dream, and we create our own reality inside our dream. It's because of that, because our dream is our own universe.
Now, as far as our dreams being our own universe, some people can actually do lucid dreaming, where while they're in that state of being, they're actually able to create what's going on in their dreams. So is there some connections? Like, do you actually, when you're in these dream states and making contact with with your space brothers, and they give you information and stuff like that, does it feel like it's just right now?
It's feel the same. What is changed is the vibration, because sometimes you can be in a park which everything looks nice and quiet, but you feel like something bad can happen. You don't feel good in that park, even though you see everything is empty. When you move to a high frequency where everything is peace, you're not judging, you understand everything, you feel comfortable. And that's why they don't let you remember all of that, because a lot of people, when they remember all of that, they don't want to be here. So when they don't want to be here, they create a situation where they die. So remember, it happened to a lot of people. When you have dreams and you want to wake up, or you either jump from a window, or you jump from a bridge, because that's how you wake up.
For somebody that wanted to actually make contact with, our space brothers, just like you're doing it, how would they go about getting access to something like that?
I already been telling people, empowering people about that, to do the same thing what I do. Is because when you're looking at the sky, if you have like a focus point, it could be a tree, it could be a house. You're focusing in that part of that house and top of that building. You can understand what I'm talking about when you look at the building in front of my job. So you're focusing to that area, so they know, because they're already here in your mind, because they know that you want to talk to them. They already know. They know the type of activity you've been doing when you have Facebook. They know. They know when you try to talk to them, but you don't want to say it to people. You don't want to share the information, and you just want to talk to them, but you're not willing to do what you need to do, and you ask yourself to do it. Because everybody that been chosen, because they chose themselves. So you ask for stuff that you want to do, but when those stuff come to your life, people, they don't commit to it. They don't want to do it. So it's you. They can hear your thoughts. They see what you're posting on Facebook. If you like stuff about UFO, stuff like that, they know when you make bad comments or good comments. They know when you're not afraid to show different pictures, different entities, and you're not getting like ill or something like that. They know all of that. They know what is in your heart. But when you're in your high vibration, meaning you're not judging, you're not saying, oh, it's the draconian fault, oh, it's the Anunnaki fault. It's not everybody's fault, it's your fault, because they don't understand why 99% of the people of this planet allow 1% to be in control.
Well, I mean, that's for sure.
Yeah, they don't get it. So, and when you try to wake people up, which is, I don't do it no more, they get mad at you. And now finally I understand, these 3 weeks, I understand exactly why they're going through. Because when you having a dream, even though that dream is not real and it's a good dream, you don't want nobody to wake you up.
Right. Yeah.
So
why do you gotta wake me up, man? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. And they get mad at you. So, but then when they get tired or they're starting to see, they say, why you don't wake me up? But not then. What they asked us to do is to create group like Ray, Rosa, Jesus, Nunez, people like that. They are contacted to create group like us and get along and create new idea, so that when they wake up, they say, oh, I like how these people act, and they don't see the same kind of people. But what happened now in a lot of group, that they say they are awake, they be hitting each other. They've been disrespecting themselves, and they're not acting, and they're acting the same way that they say the people that are sleeping, and so they're not showing nothing different. So what we gotta do now, and that's what I've been told, is to create group and act the way we want to, act the way we want everything to be. So when these people starting to wake up, they feel happy when they say, oh, wow, I never thought that talking to ET or know about ET was so fun. It was you helping each other out, you doing good things, and they want to be part of the group. Now us forcing them to be in the group. It's them that need to choose to be in the group by themselves. And it's then that they know the time when it's right for them to wake up. In the meantime, we just gotta get with people out like ourselves share information, get together, not being greedy that keeping all the information, not sharing the information, because a lot of us contactees, when we starting to get information, instead we sharing with the people that is on the bottom, we like to share with people who is on the top, and those people already know, and they don't want to share the information. So now this new group, like me, like myself, we're gonna start from the bottom up. So our information is gonna be directly to the people like me, that they poor, they don't know nothing about, they want to know, and to provide all the kind of information they want. And everything I do and people like me are doing is for people like they don't have no knowledge, and it's the right people, because it's the 99%. It's for them. Everything we do is not for the people that isn't top, and we don't need disclosure from a person on the government, because when everything's gonna start now on April, and when they see all the crap, they're gonna start to come on April, and so on. April is gonna be, this year is gonna be the setting table for 2017. When they see all this crap, everybody, every common person that said that they don't believe in ET, person that they don't believe in nothing, and they're starting to see the crap, and they're starting to record, and they're starting to ask questions, they're starting to receive answers. These people is gonna they're gonna be asking for questions, and before they start asking those questions, the government by 2017, they're gonna say, yes, we be in contact with these kind of races, we dealing with races that look like human, and that's the scenario you're gonna see in 2017. It's because we are gonna force them by showing ourselves the craft and everything, to tell the truth to the people. So we don't need them to tell them. We're gonna show them. We're gonna show the people that there's ET, there's a lot of crap, and there's billions of races coming to Earth because they want to know. They want to meet with their family. They want to meet with themselves, and that's gonna start on April of this year.
What is is it going to be New York City? Do you think the main focus point is going to be? Is it going to be in London? Everywhere at the time? Is it going to be like Independence Day minus the lasers and attacks? You know, giant craft coming over, just that are the size of like buildings.
It's gonna be gentle, and it's gonna be everywhere, because the majority of people, they're starting to understand. They're starting to say, it could be only us in the universe. They're starting to say that. So they open their mind. They're starting to open their mind. So what they're gonna do, they're gonna do it high. So when they do the first day high and they see it, they're gonna be worrying about it. So when they do the second day, they're gonna be worrying about, but they're gonna be less worrying about, because they saw when they passed by, they didn't do nothing. They was doing like how you say, they were doing figures, and they were doing constellation, stuff like that, and people gonna find that fun. They're gonna say, oh wow, they're not here to harm us. They go in every group that they're gonna be around the world. They're gonna be people that they have the knowledge. They're gonna be contacted through their dream, and they're gonna be prepared to tell those people around them, this is a UFO, this is the good guys. They surrounded the earth because they want you to meet them. This is how it's gonna be. It's starting to be like that, but you're gonna see that more starting on April. So it's gonna be craft everywhere. It's gonna be, people that more are aware about UFO and craft, they're gonna come lower, and people they are more like scary about stuff about ET, they're gonna come higher, and they're gonna do it gradually. They're gonna be a lot of information shared on the YouTube. It's gonna be a lot of information on Facebook, and eventually, because it's gonna happen like that, the news is gonna talk about. And the news, they don't gonna be saying like they're here to harm us. They're gonna be saying these people, they here because they want to meet the people on Earth, and they're not here to harm anybody. And people's gonna be surprised, because some people think news gonna be saying bad stuff. It don't gonna happen. It won't happen like that. They're gonna say positive stuff about ET, because they know, because the bad guy who do the bad news, they know it's over for them, so they don't gonna make it harder, even harder for them when they get arrested, or when they're gonna be taken out of those TV channels, or those TV shows, or those news.
You really feel that that'll happen?
Yes, positive. I always been like that, and every time when I say something, come true.
And you think that's going to start happening in April?
April is gonna be the month where everything's gonna start, and they're gonna see more towards June and July. Those are the most month of the year. In August, where they show more, because on the vibration of the sun is more close to Earth.
It seems like the sun has been a lot more extreme.
Yeah, but when people say like we're going through what they call it, meaning the sense that the Earth's getting hot and stuff like that, because of the sun, we're getting close to the sun, the sun getting more active. It's not like that. The sun is getting active. The center of the galaxy is getting active, but it's because the Earth is spinning more faster, and because the Earth is spinning more faster, time is passing faster, and we're moving from carbon 12 to crystalline. But it's gonna be gradually. You don't gonna be in the year ahead. It's gonna take time, but because we're gonna get used to the new technology that is gonna be coming by 2020, and they're gonna be healing program, like hospital stuff like that, because they're gonna start to cure people, and they're gonna even talk about bring people back to life. 2020.
That reminds me of the TV series V, almost.
Yeah, no, they've been saying it. That if you watch the movie Selfless, that's what's going. It's something almost like that that's gonna happen after 2020.
And they told you this, the Pleiadians told you this?
It was the collective ET, meaning that, because I don't only talking with the Pleiadian, because I've told my guys, if you want me to talk about you, you gotta come with something that say you are Pleiadian. You need to give me some proof, and you need to show me proof that you say I'm a Pleiadian. I come to your house tomorrow. You're gonna be recording the craft and stuff like that, and I can do like a little recording about what you're saying. So I send it to people like you and other people, and say, because now you have the proof, you decide what you do with that proof. If you want to have me in the show talking about that, or if you want to have it like that, like you don't want to post or stuff like that. But that's how I'm gonna work with them. You show me proof, you show me ground, so I support you when you show me ground. That's how I work with them, because people need to see something different. Because people sometimes talk about craft and stuff like that, but because they don't have no proof. Because you can take cameras to high dimension, because they are low frequency. You can use some certain tools that some races provide, that you can take your camera with them. But when the camera try to interpret the picture that they take, it comes something way different of what you understand here on Earth. So it's very difficult. So for that, you need that. The reason we're starting to see a lot of people from high dimension is because Earth is changing her frequency to a high frequency.
Now, tell us more about the transfer to crystalline, you said?
Oh, crystalline.
Yeah.
What happened is that right now we are carbon 12, so we're gonna become more lighter. We're gonna become more crystalline, because we don't gonna be carbon 12. We're gonna be 4,4D. So, but it's not gonna happen like in some part of the universe. It happen like a blink on an eye, like you wake up from a dream. But that's when the people are prepared. Right now, people are not prepared for anything that's gonna come, so they need to be informed. And the people be talking with the consciousness of Gaia, and the consciousness of Gaia have an agreement with them that everybody want to see how the new cars that are gonna fly is gonna be like. They want to see how the full replicator is gonna be like. They want to see a lot of gravity device. They want to see all of that. So because it's gonna be like a playground for them. They want to see all of that. So the reason a lot of people died before and they never they didn't brought it back is because Earth, everything that Earth create, Earth consume. That's how she grows. So every time when somebody die and become part of the Earth, she's growing like that. No, from now on, after 2020, 2025, what's gonna happen is that everybody they're gonna create new organs, so everybody they can bring they can bring the soul back to the body, and because we're gonna start to move from this planet to different planet around the solar system, so we're gonna start to move around. So a lot of people are gonna they're gonna reunite. How to say? They're gonna be they're gonna get together with the family they have in the past. So a lot of people is gonna start to leave Earth because they got tired of Earth and they want to go back to the roots. So you're gonna see a lot of that, not because it's something bad is happening, because Earth, some people gonna choose it like that, and some people gonna start to travel on the craft. But those people that are gonna travel on the craft is gonna be people like me, that when you see a ET or any different races, you're gonna treat them with the same respect that you wanna be treated. So we're gonna be like ambassadors that are gonna be bring information from different planets so people can see picture of those planets, and we're gonna be the bridges between those races and human race. So eventually all these new kids, they come and prepare the newborns, they come and prepare, they will understand that quickly. We're talking about the people that are 40, 30, 50 or 60 years old, that they don't understand because they be so much into religion that they don't understand what is going on. So we're gonna do it gradually because of them. But eventually Earth is gonna be a lot of people is gonna be around all around the universe because people are gonna start to explore more. That's gonna be between 2025 and 2030. That process is gonna start.
So there's a lot of speculation that there's this gray goo, aka black goo, artificial intelligence that has basically, it's kind of like the Archon interface, but it's a nanotype technology that has been spread across the globe via chemtrails and other means. Do you know anything about that? Have you made any conversations about that with your contacts?
That type of nanotechnology been going on by like for a year or so, like a year and a half. And but what happened is that the ETs that working with me and with Ray Casalandish, you can see video on YouTube where you see the sphere going around there, and they spray something that makes it not harm for us. That it don't gonna remember, like 2 months ago or 3 months ago, we used to have like cold, itching, and all of that, and now we're not getting that. They're just spending money and they're wasting the money on chemtrail, but it's not doing the damage.
Okay, I'm just thinking of, there's so much that they spray into the atmosphere now, and I'm sure there's multiple purposes for it. There usually is for these global agendas that take place. Now, but you say that they've left, the bad aliens have left, or they're leaving, they're getting locked up, or they're going to get locked up. I just find that if there is a ET presence here with this, nemesis type extraterrestrial behind the shadows, kind of like the movie They Live with Rowdy Piper, or what, I would have to see a lot more proof to go with that theory.
Yeah, I understand. This is what happened. If 9/11 wouldn't happen, people they don't wake up. Stuff needed to happen so that you can wake up the masses and you can open the consciousness of the people. So we move into the next level. So to see who is doing the damage, that's why things won't let it to happen. People that don't understand that this is like a video game where we play a video game and you choose to be the bad guy and I choose to be the good guy, and maybe I kill you or you kill me, but in reality nobody dies. And that's the part that human is hard for human to understand. Nobody's dying, you just transcending.
Do you remember certain times that you've been in different parts of the galaxy or on different planets?
Yeah, I'm yeah, and I remember those on those places. And when those memories come back, they even come back in your dreams, and you can see it better because you connect from this reality. You connect more to the reality it used to be. But the thing is that when you reconnect with your reality, and remember you have family like in different dimensions, you multi-dimensional, you infinity, and you connect to some of those reality. You remember those family. You wanna go back. You don't gonna concentrate in what you're doing here. Before I came here, I choose not to have kids, and I was wondering for a long time why I don't have kids like everybody else, and why I don't have a woman for me, and why I'm not married. And I was 33 years old, and I was worried about that. And because then later on I find out I choose to be like that because I'm the type of person that if somebody called me from the school and said my kid failed, and I'm gonna be so weak, I don't gonna get to the high school because I care so much on my kid, but at the same time I'm not helping because I feel powerless. So a lot of people choose not when they come here not to have any attachment with this earth so that you can do um your job the way you're supposed to do. uh, I have a connection with another earth. There's a place that you see like cowboys and stuff like that, but in those cowboys they have spaceships, they have craft. Even though they have cowboys, they have all of that, and that planet look more like Earth. So when I went there and I got there, they asked me, "Oh, how people you coming from Earth?" Because they know this. Like when you come from certain part of the planet or part of the country, you know where the people come from when you hear them talking, and they say, "Oh, how is Earth?" Still the same thing always like you be controlled by one government stuff like that, and you need to pay for the stuff you having. They was asking me those questions in that planet, and I say yes, still the same. So, but the thing is like when you do that, when you come back, you stay like 3 days thinking about that place that you've been to, and you're not concentrating in stuff that you need to do here. So people talk to you, it's like you're in a limbo because you're not paying attention to what they're saying, and you're not paying attention to the stuff that you're supposed to be doing here. You're not grounding yourself here to do the stuff that you need to do. So that's why you don't remember all the stuff. Remember, if you remember how it's been with no pain, everything is beautiful, everything is nice. You know there's no death. You know that you can use any kind of body. You can transform yourself, and you can do all of that. You can be better than Superman and stuff like that. It's hard for you to come back and do what you're doing because you're gonna be thinking all the stuff that you used to do. It's like when you're rich and you become poor, you be always your whole life you were gonna be telling people when you was rich, and you're not telling them when you are poor.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. And another thing too is what would you say the most memorable encounter you've had or experienced that is just outer worldly?
When they take me to see the underground bases, the on the sea bases on the bottom of the sea, and then I saw those the same bases that they put a photo of those bases on Facebook. To me, that was incredible. And when I meet the mermaids, the fish woman, uh, when I made them, that was the most incredible stuff that happened to me.
Tell us about it if you would.
Yeah, when we sleep, um, consciousness and soul is the same thing. The only difference is the consciousness is what you have on top of your head, which is your crown chakra, where it's located. and so is what lives inside your body. So when we sleep, we become a medium, meaning we are in both world, this world and and astral world. When you're in the astral world, you can use anybody's bodies or aura. You can touch to the aura, see what is going on. When that you can touch any person and you can see what that person is seeing, and you can do that either in the future or in the past because you can move around. There's no time. So when you go to see the entities like the mermaid, what they do is you have like a regular body, and what they tell you the process. They say get rid of that body, so you get rid of that body. So your essence, which is you call your soul, moves to the member man, how you say it, the fish woman.
Like a mermaid or a merman.
Ma'am, yes, exactly. So you move to that body. So they took me to places they have here on Earth where they have, it's like a sanctuary. It's only for person like starseed people like me because we represent the whole consciousness. So that's why they allow us to go to those places and see for ourselves, because we're gonna talk about that. So I started to talk about that like a 5 years or 6 years ago, and right after I started to talk about the man-made, right after they come out with a video on History Channel or Animal Planet where they show one of the mermaids, not the same one I saw the classic one that we all see with the long fish tail, but they're starting to talk about that because to let them know that there's mermaid in the sea.
Now, how detailed do you remember them?
Everything exactly. It's like we was on the we was I was on the beach, and then there was two female come approach me, and they say they say we are mermaid. I already know what they were, but they say we are mermaid. So you want to know our kingdom? And I say yes, because I have connection with Gaia, which is Mother Earth. So, and I say yes. So come and look our kingdom, so you can tell people that we are real. So we went around, and everything was nice. They had like castles, stuff like that, on the bottom of the oceans, and they had like castles that they like in a cave, but at the same time in like in an island, it was like an island, like a hiding island where it's hard for people to know where the island is located. You on the top you see on the top you see the little island, but there was a cave on the bottom. So through the cave you go inside the cave through water, and like on the ground, that's where they had the castle, and they had like another beach on the bottom. It's like it said like a little hollow earth, but it's not hollow earth. It's a hollow island.
You think it's here on this planet?
Yes, because they told me that they want me to tell people that they real.
Now, there was that one film, the video footage of a mermaid on either the History Channel or the Discovery Channel, and a lot of people think it was fake. I think it was probably fake. Have you seen that?
There's people like that. The one they show that he was knocking he was knocking the window, or
Yeah.
the
Was that real?
yeah, yeah. There's people like that. Yes, yes. This is something that we need to understand here, and this is how the universe work. When we open our mind to believe in everything, believe in everything doesn't mean you're gonna accept it. It's that it's there. So we create everything that we have here. It comes from the astral realm, which is the dream. Before somebody create a building, that person have a dream about that building. And that building, that person have a dream like it's 2001, but that building gonna be created in 2010. So in the meantime, he's gonna be getting the tools, or he need to go to school for that and everything. But by 2010, the building is gonna be there. So what he did, he saw in the future. So he was already saw in the astral realm, and he brought it to this reality. Every time when a planet hype people to become part of part of her or his reality, those people come with information that they brought inside the consciousness, which is infinity, and they brought from the last part, the last place that they've been to. So they bring that information here, like Stan Lee, who create Marvel, and he talk about black hole and everything, Spider-Man and X-Men, and then he gave a lot of hints to people. So the planet hype people like that to come and bring those realities. So she learned and she give the bodies, so she learned from them. So every time when somebody uses an earth body, every time when you go with that body to a place, like if I go into Mars, earth is gonna be over there, because her body, which is my body that I'm using, is still her. She's gonna be in Mars too. And every spirit I have, she's gonna have the same spirits that I have. And that's how they work. That's how they work. That's how they create reality. So everything we bring from the reality. So when we have an open mind and we think, oh, it's somebody, if it's already in somebody's mind, it's already exist in another dimension, in another reality, or in another universe. But you can manifest it here if you wanted to. So what happened is in the past, in the time of Lemuria and the Atlantean and on the Anunnaki, they were doing hybrids because they were bringing that idea, they were bringing it here to Earth to do experiments. So that's how they create man-made and stuff like that. So you create, and when you create a vessel, and that vessel is ready to host the essence, which is the soul. So that vessel gonna become another being, and that being gonna, if you create a reproductive sex, that being is gonna reproduce itself. So that's how they reproduce in the whole universe. So when we say it's not real, I don't think it's like that. Maybe the person has created a false video, but at the same time he created that reality, because later on you're gonna see, if you see it through your whole life, you're gonna see that you're gonna see something similar in the future.
Yeah. Now, another thing too that you were talking about Mars. Have you ever been taken to Mars?
No, I never been taken, not that I know of, even though as a commander I've been everywhere, but that's my other me. So as a Boris Rodriguez, as a Boris Gonzalez, I never been to Mars. I heard story about Mars, like everybody heard, that they have pyramids, they have underground bases, they have people like us that they have longest body. That Eisenhower granddaughter went over there, Barack Obama and stuff like that through Stargate, which I believe is true. I don't remember to be to Mars myself.
Another thing too that I wanted to talk about, you brought up the Draconians and kind of the reptilians, the shapeshifters and such. What information firsthand or experiences have you had with those particular races?
5 days ago, a week or so, something like that, one of the reptilian, a yellow one with black spot, came into mind, because people don't understand why we say dream. They say, oh, it's not real because it's dream. Everything comes from the dreams. The reason they use dream is because you're in the media stage. I mean, you're using your consciousness. You're connecting to all connection in the universe. And that's why they communicate with you with dreams. You become sensitive. You can hear them loud and clear. When you're using human vessel, you don't hear that clear. You don't hear loud and clear like when you're in your subconscious. So she came into my dream and she told me that she appreciates that I don't see every reptilian like a bad reptilian, because not all the reptilians are bad.
So you say there's good and bad?
Exactly, like everywhere. Because that's how. If you know what is a molecule, we know that a molecule has a neutron, proton, and electron. So we are good, bad, and neutral. Everybody. It's why it's like imagine your neutron is on your left side and your proton is on your right side. It's how where you move towards. If you're gonna move more to your right side and your right side is the positive, you're gonna be more positive. You're gonna create positive things. If you move to the right side, I mean to the left side, which is the negative, you're gonna create negative things, but you're still creating. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I get it. Absolutely.
You're still creating. It's my people. They're not here. They here for because Earth, and they here because they want to create a balance. Because it's unbalanced. It's more towards bad things than good things. They're here to create a balance. They're not here. A lot of people say that they destroy ships when they say, oh, they destroy a reptilian or draconian ship. They don't. Most of the time, we not destroy them because what they do, they take the laser and they transfer them from here to from where they come from.
Now, when you say that you are kind of a Starfleet commander, could you send a fleet over here, our way or my way, in the San Antonio area?
What I can say, you can see it, and then you will say, but then you're gonna think it's consciousness. I mean, it's not. You're not gonna think it's a confirmation. It's do what I told you to do. Look at the sky, take a focus point. It could be a hollow tree in front of you. And remember that the sun needs to be behind your back. I'm saying this now because I didn't say that before. The sun needs to be behind your back. Like when I'm recording, the sun is behind my job. So I can take a better look at the ship. So take a look at the sky and take a part of that building or that tree that is in front of you, anything that could be in front of you, that you can take it as a focus point, and then you're gonna see how the ship's gonna start to appear. But you need to be patient because if you're doing it because you're willing to share this information and you want to prove what I'm saying is true, and my people is gonna show over there, they're gonna do it. But you need to be patient, and then maybe when you see it, because it happened 3 days later, maybe you say, no, this could be a consciousness. It happened because it was supposed to happen. It wasn't because of me. Then you can say all of that, but you're gonna say that you're gonna start to see more, because when you see the first one, you're gonna repeat what you did the day before, and then they're gonna start to show themselves. Every time when you're in your heart chakra, this is the secret. Every time when you're in your heart chakra and you're willing to share this information, you're not willing to get money out of this. You're willing to share, and you're willing because you want to share this information, and you think in your heart chakra they're gonna appear, they're gonna be showing up, and they're gonna, because it's not consciousness that me and you are talking right now, because it was supposed to be like this. So you're gonna see what I'm telling you. You're gonna say, oh wow, what you're telling me is true. I saw that silver, but you gotta keep concentrate your eyes in that part of the sky. I don't know if I need to create a video to show people how to do it. So you take like a chunk of the sky, and you concentrate on the chunk of the sky, but because you have a reference, which is a building or a tree, you're always gonna find that part of the sky when the sun is behind you. So you're gonna see a silver. Listen, what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a silver sphere. It's gonna look like it's gonna look like a little crystal, like a pointy crystal, like it's pointing in each side, like the bottom side and the upside. So it's gonna look like a triangle from both sides. So you're gonna see that, like it looks like that. Then you're gonna see one like it's gonna look like a little feather, and it's gonna look white, and you're gonna start to see those things in the sky. So now you're gonna start to explore the sky, and you're gonna understand. You're gonna know when something is normal or something is not normal, and you're gonna see that they're gonna be there because they're hearing what I'm saying right now. So you're gonna see that they're there. So what you do is you get a camera which is like 50 or 60 plus, but when you doing the zooming, don't go so hard on the zooming, because when you're doing so hard on the zooming, what happens is that you distortion the image, and you're gonna see that gonna happen to you. And believe me, you're gonna say it happens to you. But you gotta be persistent, because if that's what you wanna see, that's what you're gonna. Nobody can stop you for what you really want to do in life. It's us that stop us for doing what we want to do. We say we want to do things, in reality we don't feel in our hearts. So if you're doing it in your heart, and they know you're doing it from your heart because you want to share this information, and you want to live, and you want to record it, you want to share the picture and all of that, they gonna be there every sunny day. You're doing it, and around like an 8 to 9 o'clock at night, you can be looking, take a constellation and look at that constellation every night. Memorize the sky, and you're gonna see like a little star going by, and she gonna come down, and she gonna blink. It's saying hello when she blink the light. When she do the flashes, it is then saying hello, and you're gonna see them like between a week or so. But it's because, like I said to you, you gotta commit yourself, and if they know that you're doing from your heart chakra, because you're willing to share this information, and you're willing to record it and share it, they're gonna appear very soon in your house. It could be tomorrow, it could be the day after tomorrow. I can't even say tomorrow if you're doing the way I'm telling you. If you need to ask me any question, or through Facebook, or calling me, I'm willing to help you and tell you, give you tips how to do it. And I bet you, with my heart in my hands, that you're gonna see them, and you're gonna record them, and you're gonna tell people. And when you're telling people, they don't even gonna believe you that it happened the way you're telling them, because we are living a magical we are living a magical moment, me and my friend Rosa. And everything, when we send the people that they're gonna show up, and they be showing up by my job, by her job, people that don't believe it, they need to see it. I mean, the reason everybody believe me in my job, because they saw it. So you're gonna see it too.
That's awesome, and I'm certainly going to look forward to that. If I do get out there and focus on that intent, I'm certainly going to have a video camera, because it would be unfortunate if I saw it and wasn't able to share it with other people. So thanks for coming on here tonight with us, Boris. This has been just an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, and I'm certainly looking forward to speaking with you again sometime.
Yeah, the honest man. Anytime when I have any, because I'm gonna be recording every day. Anything that I get, I'm gonna be sending to you. You choose the time when you need to speak to me, and I'm gonna get when you record them, put it in slow motion, because when you put it in slow motion, you're gonna see more. You're recording one ship, and then you're gonna see more craft come around it, and you're gonna be, oh wow, I wanna see that with my naked eye. And you're gonna be so happy, because that's what I'm here for, to tell people what I just told you. If you really want to see them, you're gonna see it in less than a week. If it's a sunny day, and the reason I say sunny day, because when it's cloudy, they have to come lower. It's not to that process is not good. Become lower, because people, they not sure if they are good ETs. I already told you, every ET that you see on the sky is a good ET. The bad ET are hiding, and the other ones are coming on the White House and political news.
Well, great. Once again, folks, if you'd like to take a look at some of these pictures and video footage, definitely check out Boris's YouTube channel. It's Boris Gonzalez Starseed on YouTube. And also go to Facebook, Boris Gonzalez, and that's Bronx, New York. If you have photographs yourself, send them to us here at The Leak Project at guestbookings@leakproject.com. It was great to have you on the show with us, everybody. Have a fantastic evening. Be the change you want to see. Good night.